Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see how to make a Chinese collar. For that I'm just making a small pattern, so depending upon your size you can make this neckline. First, mark your shoulder. As we are making a collar neck, the shoulder length should be a maximum of 4 inches. So the neckline I'm keeping is 3 inches, so just give a curve for 3 inches. If your normal neckline is about 7 or 8 inches, you can go for 3 and 4, and take 2 inches from that and give a marking. So altogether the full length of the neckline is 5 inches. When you sew for the collar neck, you don't need to give much depth to your neckline. So normally if you're keeping 7 to 8 inches, you can go ahead for this 5 to 6 inches pattern, and take the front and the back piece. So we are going to work on with the front piece alone. So fold that and cut this neck out. And do the same to that small curved neckline. Okay, once it's done, it looked like this. So we are going to make an interfacing for this to turn that small curve in. So for that, today I'm not going to use any interfacing canvas, but I'm going to use the same material. Place a piece of fabric under the small neck line curve and mark the same on the lining. Okay, and just cut this in. You're going to do for that small curve what we did below that big curve. So leaving a 1 inch all around for folding, and cut this out and cut it into half. And now place the piece on top of the pretty side of the fabric and start sewing on the corner of the neckline. We are doing only for the lower curve of the neckline, and here we go. After sewing this, just make a notches all around. As is a U neck, we need a nice and easy curved edge, so just make a notch all around and just tuck this piece of fabric inside and start sewing all around. So we are sewing that piece of fabric on the pretty side of our kameez, and we are turning it in to the wrong side of the fabric. Okay, once it's done, it looked like this. And now we are going to attach the shoulders together, that is the back piece together. is. And if you want to collar to be really close, you can leave it as it is, and if you want the collar to be a little bit fitted, you just want to take at least a quarter inch or 1 inch out of the back neck. See, just taking a little bit out of the back neck so that it gives a nice and easy fitting at the back side of the neck. So if you want, you can do this, or else you can just skip that step and you can just keep it as it is. So but I recommend this would be look really good when you do this step, just taking a 1 inch out of the back side. And now you can see I just added some decorative lace in that, and this is optional. If you want, you can do this step, or else you don't want to do that. And now you're going to measure the full length of your neckline. So ease the fabric, don't pull the fabric and don't pull the tape, just ease the fabric and take the full length of the neckline. So this is the first step in making the collar neck. So mine is going to be 14.3 inches. So this is where I'm going to make my collar band. It's a long piece of fabric, just I'm folding into a half in lengthwise, facing pretty sides together, and folding it into half like this. So double fold it together and draw edges of 4 sides together. Okay, now as I told, the full length of the neckline is 14.3 inches. So I'm going to make it into half. So just fold the tape into half and you will get 7.1 inches, nearby 1 or 2. So just give a mark over there. And leave a quarter inch for seam allowance, and start marking 2 inches. Those also depend upon you, what's the length, the breadth you want for your collar band. You can keep 1.5 inches, or you can take 2 inches or 3 inches depending upon how thick you want the collar to be. And from there just mark 4 inches and just blend it in by making a curve. I'm just marking that 4 inches from the folded edge, and now I'm going to cut this out. Okay, from the folded edge mark 4 inches and just make a small curve and then cut this out, and you'll get a piece like this. And place the piece on top of your interfacing and just pin it up in a place so that it doesn't move, and cut the seam out. Okay, next step in making the collar band is mark a quarter inch from the bottom, that is from the raw edge of your neckline, that's the band, and cut out a quarter inch of canvas out of that. This quarter inch from you have to take out from the raw edge of the collar, not the folded edge. So start sewing. Just leave a seam allowance of 1 or quarter inch depending upon how much you're leaving, and then start sewing together. Start from the one corner. I'm sewing on the folded side. Okay, after sewing, just snip out the edges and make a notch. All around so that it turns easy, and just snip out the edges and of the collar band. And turn inside out and just press with your ironing. Okay, after pressing that together, now take your kameez and just put a stitch all around. That makes the fabric to easy to sew the band together. So I recommend everyone to do this step because this will make your work a little bit easy. So now what I'm doing is, we cut it out a 1/4 inch out of the interfacing. So just fold the fabric on the interfacing and put a straight stitch. See, it's just a single fold, just fold on top of the canvas. That's the 1/4 inch allowance what we gave, and just put a straight stitch. So if you have any doubts in this video, just please click on the link about this video, so that I uploaded a collar band, making of this collar band in that video, so it will be more clear. And now just make sure that you take all the raw edges together and start sewing. Okay, one edge is already folded with the canvas, so the one edge with the raw side, you're going to match both the raw edge of your band and your kameez neck, and you're going to start sewing from the one end all around the neckline, ending to the next corner of the collar band. So you can just open the collar so that you can work more comfortable, as I do in this video. Just open the collar. Okay, once it's done, just do a back stitch and you can take it out. And now we are going to tuck in all the raw edges into the collar. See, the raw edges which is hanging out, just tuck this in and close it out. That's it, we are done with the collar. And sew all around. It's very simple if you follow these few important step in making this collar band. This is the basic for all collar. If you start learning how to make this collar as I showed, you can stitch any collar you want, half collar, full collar, whatever collar. This is the basic for everything. So tuck in all the raw edges and sew all around. And when you get to that corner edge, and you're going to sew all around at the top. See, you're going to sew it all around at the top side of the collar band like this, and we are done with the Chinese collar. I love sewing collars, and it also came out really pretty good. And this is the end result of our Chinese collar. And to make the design too visible, I just kept a piece of fabric in so that you can see the design. And if you want to make it too decorative, just add a decorative button at the middle of the collar. And that's it, we are done. And thank you so much for watching this video. And if you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button below, and please do share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel so that you don't miss any of my future video. To do that, so just click on the link above this video. Thank you. Bye bye.